Hello, welcome to the KBR Walk and Talk. So today I want to talk about 2030, Agenda 2030. So with everything going on in the Middle East, it's clear to see that they're basically engineering this war. And I covered some of it on the last video, and basically I want to say that I think also what they want to do is basically destroy a lot of infrastructure. So destroy gas plants, oil plants, and basically force the speed up of the renewables and the green agenda. Because the thing is, oil's production, which has been reduced at the moment, like oil's down 10%, gas is down 20%, and it's going to take a long time, maybe years, to get it back up to where it was. And the thing is, once these oil fields, gas fields are destroyed, even to repair them and replace them is going to take years. But then with the agenda to basically replace, as they say, fossil fuels, and basically to make everything reliant on the solar panels and wind power, they're not going to have the emphasis to basically replace these power plants. And we've seen it in Europe. They've reduced nuclear power in Germany, and they're also doing it across various European countries. The UK no longer uses coal power station, well, very minimal now, but they're trying to put all these solar panels everywhere, these solar farms all over Lincolnshire and various other places in the UK. And there's wind farm, wind power farms in the North Sea. And this is a thing as well, if they have a reduction in oil, they can make oil more expensive, and then it feeds into that agenda to basically push towards the majority of people needing to own an electric car, because the cost of oil is going to get so expensive, because $110 a barrel, or between $100 and $110 a barrel. So if it carries on going up, it's going to do so much damage to businesses, and basically oil is going to get so expensive. But this is the thing, innit? It's all engineered. They don't want any countries to be independent, so they have to destroy the infrastructure. So we could get oil and gas cheaper, but what they do is they say we put sanctions on Russia, and then the sanctions are on Europeans, the British. Because the thing is, now you have to buy oil from Norway. Norway is more expensive, and the gas as well. It's like, if you have to import that further afield from a more costly country, then it's going to push the cost up as well. So there's many agendas tied into this. So I said on the last video about the New World Order. So basically they want to shake things up and change everything around. So they don't want America to be the number one. So they want a multilateral, sort of multinational sort of New World Order, which could be BRICS basically. And the West is in decline, socially engineered as well. And yeah, it feeds into also, like, with this transition of basically using traditional power plants to solar and wind power, basically feeds into the 15-minute cities as well, doesn't it? Because if we don't have petrol as much and less oil, then the ability to travel further is going to be reduced, because the cost is going to be high, the availability is going to be lower. So it feeds into all that. And yeah, I just want to touch on as well, I've been getting a lot of community standards flag up on TikTok, and also I got a couple of videos that are really bad, like by few in numbers. Because one video I mentioned Deagel. The Deagel forecasts about a massive decline in the West and the Middle East, which could be because of World War III. And I got 7 views. And then I done a video about meningitis, and basically talking about, is it like the new COVID, because it feels like COVID. And basically I was saying about meningitis is, in Africa there's a central belt where meningitis is very high, and you think with the students what are coming to UK, coming from abroad, and this is normally what makes things rise in the UK, like when you're talking about illnesses, because a lot of it is not here but is imported, and then it starts becoming a problem here. But yeah, they didn't like that, and I put pandemic, that said I had to remove that, and what was the other one? Oh, the Great Replacement, which is currently ongoing, and I had to remove that as well, because you can't speak the truth, you can't say anything about what the real agenda is. It's obvious what they're doing, it's obvious why laws are ignored and people allowed to carry out criminal acts, and then nothing happens against them because they're trying to demoralise the UK and the West in general. Like, there's child grooming gangs and the police never do anything about it because they probably approve of it, because you see in the police force there's many high up police commissioners, they're all like Freemasons, the same as the council, same as the government, and they're all like in it together in their special club. And you see this with Epstein and everything else. Is like, it's not just America, it's not just the UK, it's a lot of countries. They're in this club, they get compromised, and then they say, if you don't lock down the country, we'll expose you. It'd be like a photo of an MP, politician with a young girl or young boy, and that's why they carry out what they do, and that's why they follow the agenda. But yeah, if you do like my videos and it makes sense to you, and you think we're on the same wavelength, like, please support my videos, please like and share and subscribe, because it's hard to get out there, because it's like YouTube don't show my videos that much, and then TikTok sort of censoring me, Telegram I got shadow banned on there, but BitChute I'm doing really well. I got a lot more views there on any other platform. Rumble will get a few if I share it around, and I'm on Odyssey as well, so yeah, any support is really appreciated, and it helps get the word out, because I know like it don't matter who does it, how you do it, but getting the word out is the main thing. So yeah, and going back to meningitis, there was an exercise called the Pegasus exercise, where it was a training exercise, a bit like before COVID in New York they had Event 201, which is basically a pandemic exercise, and then a few months later we had the actual COVID agenda, the pandemic. And yeah, it's funny, it's this Pegasus exercise, and it's basically based in Kent and Medway, and then it happened in Kent and Medway. So I don't know if it's legit. They're using PCR tests which are unreliable, and it's the same playbook as the COVID stuff. That's why I'm saying it feels like COVID. But also, while I'm talking about COVID, there is this aviation, I think there's an aviation report from Australia saying about COVID 2027. And I also saw, like just doing a quick search, there's this book which has been published called The Zombie Virus, COVID 2027. And then to link up with that, you have the 5G, and then you have the 6G, which is going to be ramped up between 2026 I think and 2028. So is this going to connect with the nanotech and all that agenda and plan? yeah, is it going to make people seriously ill? Because they did say like the next global, what was it, they said cyber attack would be massive and it'd be a lot bigger than COVID. And then they've also, well, someone's got out there that they plan to like use children to pull on people's heartstrings next time for a virus. So it's gonna make people like really desperate to do their bit again, just so they can save the children. But with all of this, it's hard to know exactly what their plan is. And like, even with Iran, they've been trying to do it for 40 odd years. And did they speed it up because of the Epstein files to distract the public from basically realise what's going on with the Epstein files? It's really hard to know, because, and the thing is, if you're on the side of Israel, can you not see like they're attacking Iran and they're also attacking Lebanon? So they're talking about this southern buffer zone, so which says to me is a land grab. So basically they're bombing the crap out of Lebanon so they can grab that bit of land, because they've nearly annihilated 80% of Gaza, and it all feeds into that Greater Israel project. And this is the thing, they're always trying to make out they're the victim. Like World War II, we always hear the same old thing. Forget all the other genocides, just concentrate on the Jewish one. Don't worry about Holodomor. Was it Holodomor? No, Holodomor in Ukraine, where 50 million white Europeans were massacred, genocided. And then Cambodia, 2 million died. And then China, was it President Mao? And then the Irish genocide, the potato famine, because basically it is a genocide, because they basically starved them to death. And yeah, and what's going on in Ukraine and Russia now is a genocide. They're just killing white Europeans again. And Zelensky, I know for sure he's Ashkenazi, the old Ukrainian section of the Kabul. Well, it is the main part of the Kabul, I'd say. And yeah, they're the ones who pretend to be Jews, but they're not Jews. They're the ones who wanted to form Israel, so they had up to 50 million people die just so they could set up a headquarters in the Middle East to basically try and run the world from, which they basically do, really. They run America. But yeah, and I was talking to this guy in Birmingham. He was at a stand for talking about Palestine, and I said to him about a few things, and he was still like on the edge. He was still like on the wall with thinking not majority Jews are bad, and it's like, come on, when you go into detail and everything, and it's like the stuff they do, and you know, and then people are still brainwashed. They've still got that indoctrination not to say certain things, not to upset anybody. But the thing is, let's turn around, I'll go back soon. But the thing is, they're destroying your life, because you might not feel it directly, but collectively it's destroying your life. And that's the thing, isn't it? Because like, the more these wars go on, the more illegal immigration, the more terrorism, the more indebted to your country's finances. So that's the thing, innit? Here, and like many other countries, can't fix the potholes, can't keep the hospital open, but always have enough money for war, always. And like, there's people on the street, and what do? They house the illegals. They let the natives, the long-term residents, struggle and leave them on the street while they house the illegals. So why can you continue to think like the government's good? Why do you continue to vote when it's completely pointless? And like all Western countries, they're all being set up for the new arrivals. They're like, in Ireland, they diluted St. Patrick's Day. They put all these different flags on there. It's not even supposed to be about every other nation. It's supposed to be about Ireland. St. Patrick, who chased the snakes out of Ireland, and he needs to come back and chase them out again. And then in the UK, you have this Islamification going on, and in America, it's starting to happen there now. Like, we've got these new mayors in New York and what is it, Minneapolis or Minnesota? I can't remember. Where they got a Somali governor, I think it is, or is it? No, not governor, mayor. And yeah, it's happening in the UK as well, with different city mayors, as I said before. And now you get people saying you can be born here and it makes you English, which you're not English. I've said before, if you was born in Japan and you're white, you can't be Japanese. It don't matter what they say or what laws they pass, you cannot change ethnicity and ancestry. And I've got no problem with people picking up citizenship, but don't say you are something when you're not. Just the same with the transgender argument, isn't it? You cannot be a woman if you're a man. A man cannot be a woman. Even if you have a vagina fitted into you, you don't have ovaries, you don't have a womb. And a woman becoming a man, you don't have a prostate. And the male who thinks they're turning into a female, you still have male bones. Your chest would be a different size, your heart would be bigger. You cannot turn into the other. So this notion, being born somewhere, it doesn't make you that country, or having an accent. And it gets me on to basically my theory with the grey squirrels. I think they introduced them on purpose. So they was introduced from North America in the 1870s, 1880s, and I think that was a plan to see what would happen. Like, it is like a eugenics plan in a sense. So they wanted to basically see what the outcome would be. So by the 20th century, England and Wales were covered like everywhere with grey squirrels, and then Ireland and Scotland in parts. So I think the only red squirrels are left in Scotland now, because Scotland's always been a difficult place to conquer. The Romans couldn't do it, and others have tried and failed. But yeah, I think that was like an early test to see what would happen. And then we've seen the plantation into Ireland in Ulster, so it's bringing farmers over to make it more British, and then it gave them an argument and people to support that agenda. But yeah, I really think that was a test, an experiment. But yeah, that's going on as well. And I know, like, I don't want to do the divide and conquer, but people are different, and people can't assimilate and integrate at the speed of what people are coming. And it's like, if it's all men, what about the women here? Because they, like, everybody has needs, yeah, and these men are coming and they don't have a girlfriend or wife here. What are they going to do? They come from a culture where they disrespect women and they look at women as less than they are, so they're not going to follow the same values. And the people on the left, you need to open your eyes more. Stop listening to your textbooks and your indoctrination and get back to facts. And the thing is, these people, they watch movies, they watch porn, and they think every blonde woman or every English, white, European woman wants to have sex with everyone. You know, it's like, yeah, they do if they like someone, but everyone's different. But they don't want to have sex with a stranger who they're not attractive to, and they don't want to do it just because he's asking them to do it, or like forcing them to do it. You know, they have free will. But this is the thing, isn't it? They want to mix up the gene pool, don't they? So if they keep bringing people over and Europeans don't have children together, then it dilutes the gene pool, lowers the IQ, and brings a class of people who are going to be easier to control. And I'm not against interracial relationships. I mean, I've dated a few women from Asia, but what I'm trying to say is this is being forced. Like, you're bringing loads of single men in, and what's going to happen, like we see the problems in Germany and Sweden now, and in France there's women scared to go out in Paris alone at night. Some have got these massive Great Dane dogs and other dog breeds what will protect them when they go out alone, because they're so unsafe, and then they're wearing baggy clothes. And it's like, how can you still support these politicians even though they're doing that, and they're putting your daughter, your sister, your mother's life in danger? And that's another thing as well. If people here go to war, then what's going to happen to these women who are left here with these illegals? Because they're not going to fight in any war unless they are here for the, you know, like the takeover. But I can't see it. There's not enough of them. But yeah, there's so many agendas, and we're heading into a time where we don't know what's going on, and they're hitting us left, right and centre. And we have so many things coming, like there could be famine, because the thing is, if the gas is reduced anymore, and then there's not going to be fertiliser, and if there's not enough fertiliser, there's not going to be enough food. And if we don't get enough oil, then things are going to shut down, the ships are not going to come, the airplane's going to stop, or everything's going to get so expensive. So much destruction, damage going to be caused by this. So I'm crying. I'm not crying, but my eyes are watery. So yeah, I'll leave that there. So windy here today, and I hope this has come out okay, because it's getting a bit darker, but I'll try and get out earlier next time. Anyway, thank you for watching, and take care, and please like and share, subscribe, follow. Yeah, it all helps, and it helped me do these videos even more, because it's hard when you're working and everything else going on. Anyway, thank you and goodbye, take care.